Good morning.
Please give us your attending number and your name.
Number is 17, and my name is Nosaka.
Right. So we have 3 tasks for you.
Yes.
Task number 1. We would like to have a cocktail.
Yes.
Vesper and Old Pearl.
Vesper and Old Pearl. Yes.
Instead of actually making them, please choose a bottle, equipment, and garnish needed to make these cocktails. You have 3 minutes. I'll repeat again.
Yes, thank you.
We would like to have a cocktail, Vesper and Old Pearl. Instead of actually making them, please choose the bottle, equipment, garnish, and needed to make these cocktails, and put it on that table. You have 3 minutes.
Yes.
Your time starts now.
Thank you very much. So the best one martini, they're based on the gin and the vodka and the lily and the shaking style, and they use the cactus grass. And all the part is based on the Scotch whiskey and Belmont and Angostura bitters. And the steel style. Yes.
Task number 2. Please answer the name of the tea leaf. Then choose 3 types of tea and suggest a course menu to go with each. You have 4 minutes. I'll repeat again.
Yes.
Please answer the name of the tea leaves. Then choose 3 types of tea and suggest a course menu to go with each. You have 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
Right.
Yes.
Time starts now.
Thank you. So number 1 is a jasmine tea from China. Number 2 is a oolong tea, also China. Number 3 is, I think, fruity furniture, also based on jasmine. Sorry, I say number 3 is a fruity furniture and based on jasmine. And then number 4 is, I think this is a green tea from Japan. Number 5 is Earl Grey. And okay, I selected number 1 to 4. So first of all, number 1, the green tea. So the green tea has a nice greenness aroma and the freshness. I go for with ceviche from the Peru, which is the seafood salad with squeezed some lime. And so I asked chef to arrange a little bit of the to make green tea jelly put on the top on the ceviche. I think good match with the greenness and little bit of the bitterness of the dish. And the number 2, I go for the number 1, jasmine tea. I'd like to arrange the steamed chicken in the Chinese style with jasmine flavored. I think jasmine flavored and the chicken flavor is a complement with each flavor, and also the chicken has a very tender texture and the soft texture goes well with number 1. And the number 2, I'm going to arrange pork belly. It's a Chinese style. Some reduction soy sauce. The pork belly is a very intense and tender texture. I think this number 2 tea has some bitterness and some a little bit of the tannin. Tannin react with the oiliness and the very tender pork to create a nice complexity and brings out a nice umami flavor. So number 1 is a ceviche, and the number 2 is steamed chicken with jasmine flavor, served with some little bit of the cucumber and then number 3 is pork belly with 5 Chinese spice. Very tender pork belly. If guest wants to have some dessert, I'd like to recommend number 5, Earl Grey. So I make an Earl Grey tiramisu or Earl Grey cake. I think each Earl Grey tiramisu flavor goes well with tea flavor.
Last task.
Yes.
Please taste these waters and answer the name of the water brand. Then tell us the water hardest to softest. I'll repeat again.
Yes.
Please taste these waters and answer the name of the water brand. Then tell us the water hardest to softest.
Yes.
You have 2 minutes.
Yes. Number 1 is Japanese water and the Fuji mineral water. Their hardness is around 20 to 30. Number 2 is both Norway. Hardness is around 20. Sorry, I changed the hardness of the number 1. Number 1 is 10 to 20. More lighter one. And then number 2 is 20 to 30, both Norway. Number 3 is Hildon, England. The hardness is around 50 to 60. I skipped to the number 4. Number 5 is Panna, Italy. Hardness is around 60 to 70. Number 4 is Evian from France. So the hardness is light to heavy. Number 1 is more light. Number 1, 2, 3, and 5, and 4. 4 is more the harder. So light to hard, 1, 2, 3, 5, 4. Yeah, number 4 is more harder. Very a lot of the magnesium.ありがとうございました。
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. Please give us your candidate number and your name.
Yes, number 11, Bengal.
All right. So we have 3 tasks for you.
Yes.
Task number 1.
Yep.
We would like to have a cocktail, Vesper and Old Pal. Instead of actually making them, please choose the bottle, equipment, and garnish needed to make these cocktails. You have 3 minutes. I'll repeat again.
Please.
We would like to have a cocktail, Vesper and Old Pal. Instead of actually making them, please choose the bottle, equipment, and garnish needed to make these cocktails. Please put the bottles and the garnish and equipment on the table. You have 3 minutes for this task.
Sure.
Your time starts now.
Okay. So the Vesper is the Vesper martini. So let me bring the ingredients. Okay, so the Vesper martini. This is the like a variation of the martini, and made of the mainly the gin and vodka. Actually, the London gin and this is like a vodka of the Russia. This is a very classical and original recipe of it. So we have nice choice here, and the 1 ounce of the gin and 2 ounces of the gin and half ounce of the 1 ounce of vodka, and with actually we can both usually make it with the stirrs, following the recipe of the martini, and so with the ice and those are the ingredients, and also the stir technique with the glass of the cocktail. It can be made. But actually, there's a 007 the movie that says there's a recipe for the shaking, actually. So it can be also made in the shaking. So it is one of the another way, and a very good choice for it. So and at last, in both way, like a peel of the lemon is and garnished with that flavor, and put the peel in it. And actually, if we have the olive, it is very good for the nice saltiness accent. And but maybe unfortunately we don't have it. And yeah, and yes, and Paloma is made of the gin and ginger ale, but in this case, sorry, no ginger ale. So let me continue about the Vesper. Vesper is in the movie. There is a scene that. Thank you.
Task number 2. Please answer the name of the tea leaves. Then choose 3 types of tea and suggest a course menu to go with each. You have 4 minutes. I'll repeat again.
Yes.
Please answer the name of the tea leaves. Then choose 3 types of tea and suggest a course menu to go with each. You have 4 minutes.
Sure.
Your time starts now.
Okay. Could I smell it? So number 3 seems Japanese green tea. Number 1 seems the gunpowder tea. This is maybe the Lishan oolong tea of the Taiwan. It has nice aromatic aspect of like a little bit of the muscat and of course tea leaves also. And a very aromatic aspect. It can be in like a 70 degrees high hot water is good for like 3 minutes to enhance this aromatic aspect. Then the tea number 3 is green tea, gyokudo, and it can be like a little bit cooler temperature, like 60 or 70 to 70 degrees Celsius is good for the extract of this, the very aromatic aroma at most. And I think number 2 and 5 seems like black tea, and that is good for the very like 90 degrees, very hot occasion. And number 4 seems a little bit green tea, but very aromatic. So I choose number 1, number 3, and number 2. So the Lishan oolong tea and green tea and kind of the. Okay, let me identify this is the oolong tea of the China. And start with the Lishan tea of Taiwan because of this aromatic aspect. Actually, I would like to serve it with the cool temperature, and accordingly to the customers' their preference, I will do with the ice. And to pair with this kind of the refreshing style of the tea, I would suggest to have the salmon. Like a salmon gravlax, that is like a salmon marine of the cuisine of the Norway, and and with like a pepper or yogurt sauce, and that is good for this kind of aromatic flavor and also tender feeling. And also it's the cold dish that is good for this cold style of the tea. And number 2 is the green tea. I will serve this I serve it with the hot temperature, but actually, as I said, it's not too hot because it's like a 70 degrees hot water. So actually, it's comfortable for the customer. So I would serve it with the fish of the. Sorry, let me correct my order. The first one is the green tea for the salmon gravlax with the pepper and dill oils, in order to pair with this kind of greenness notes for it. And of course, it's and service condition is it's according the cool. And for the wine number 2, I would like to pair with the sole meunier for the lavigot sauce. That is with the butter flavor and also the liveliness of the vegetable sauce. And because of this aromatic aspect, those kind of the vinegar and chopped vegetables liveliness is really good for it. Number 3, I'd like to thank you very much.
So this will be your last task.
Yes.
Please taste these water.
Water. Okay.
Water in front of you, and answer the name of the water brand.
Sure.
Then tell us the water hardest to softest.
Okay.
You have 2 minutes. I'll repeat again. Please taste these waters and answer the name of the water brand. Then tell us the water hardest to softest. You have 2 minutes.
Sure.
Start. Okay, firstly, the order of the hardness. From soft, 5, 1, 4, 2, 3. From the soft side.
So the 3 is the hardest, and 5 is the softest. And number 5 is the, I think, Japanese water, Hakudo Suisho of the Yamagata Gassan. And number 1, this is Acapanna in Italy. And number 4, this is also the Evian, France. Number 3, by the way, all the still, not sparkling. Hildon. No, sorry, not Hildon, but very hard. Okay, number 3 is Hildon. Number 3. Thank you.
You're done?
Yes. Thank you so much. Thanks so much.
okay?
Yep.
I'll take it.
Thank you.
Go ahead and go.
Thank you. Good morning.
Please give us your candidate number and your name.
Candidate number 13, Justin Ho.
All right. So we have 3 tasks for you. Task number 1. We would like to have a cocktail, Vesper and Old Pal. Instead of actually making them, please choose the bottle, equipment, and garnish needed to make these cocktails. You have 3 minutes. I repeat again. We would like to have a cocktail, Vesper and Old Pal. Instead of actually making them, please choose the bottle, equipment, and garnish needed to make these cocktails and put it on that table. You have 3 minutes for this task.
Thank you.
Your time starts now.
I'm done.
All right, so task number 2. Please answer the name of the tea leaves. Then choose 3 types of tea and suggest a course menu to go with each. You have 4 minutes. I'll repeat again. Please answer the name of the tea leaves. Then choose 3 types of tea and suggest a course menu to go with each. You have 4 minutes. Time starts now.
All right, I think tea number 1 is actually a jasmine tea that have very, very nice fragrance, aroma of flowers. Number 2, I think, is just a normal black tea, probably English breakfast. Number 3 is a green tea. Number 4 is, I believe, is a sencha. Number 5 is actually an Earl Grey tea. So number 1 is actually a flower tea made from jasmine. Second is actually a black tea, probably English breakfast. Then the third one is actually a green tea. Then the fourth one is actually a green tea, but it's sencha type. The fifth one is a black tea with bergamot inside. I think it's Earl Grey. So for this task, I will be using probably the first one to be at jasmine. Then after that, I'll have the green tea, the sencha, number 4, and also I'll go with number 2. So I have 3 types of different teas over here. So when it comes to the course menu, I'll probably go with something that very easy to start, that goes very well with flour, something to go with a little bit more milder character. I'll say that I'll go most probably with just a very simple pan-seared scallops, and after that, the sauce that I'm using is a white wine sauce infused with tea leaf, jasmine tea leaf, so that the pairing itself is very easy to go with. So then after that, I'll have a little bit more stronger character for number 4, which is actually a type of green tea over here. I think I'll go with something to do with starch. I'll go with actually a type of noodle. Most probably, I'll go with, let's say a yakisoba style kind of noodle, stir-fried with that nice char character and also some oiliness over there. Green tea can actually help to actually cleanse the palate. And then at the same time, maybe I just put some Miyazaki A5 Wagyu, just pencil on top to have that creaminess palate as well. That will actually probably goes very well with the green tea on number 4. Then after that, when it comes to the dessert, very simple. I'll just go with probably just a panna cotta, something a little bit more creaminess as the traditional style of the Westerns. They always like to have like a creme brulee or probably a cream caramel style kind of dessert to go with English breakfast over here. So, the first one will be a pencil scallop with tea leaf infused character of sauce. Then the main course, I'm just going to go with a yakisoba style. Then after that, right on top, Miyazaki A5 Wagyu. Then for the dessert, I'll go with most probably panna cotta, and then after that, the panna cotta I'm going to infuse with the black tea over here to get the black tea characters to go with it. So my choice of the tea will be 1, 2, and 4 with the course menu that I have. Not only I think that number 1 can just go with appetizer, maybe even for the amuse bush, just a simple tartlet with some negitoro on top with a little bit chili that give that a little bit spiciness, because chili and spiciness usually goes very well with flower tea like jasmine. Then even for the petit four, which is the types of chocolate, I would say maybe a chocolate truffle goes very well with the English breakfast over here, and wine, the tea number 2 as well. Yep. So that would be the course menu that I suggest. Thank you.
All right. So last task. Please taste these waters and answer the name of the water brand. Then tell us the water hardness, hardest to softest. I'll repeat again. Please taste these waters and answer the name of the water brand. And then tell us the water hardness, hardest to softest. 2 minutes. Your time starts now.
All right, so for the orders of the softness to the hardest, I think number 5 is the softest, number 1 is the second, then after that, number 2 is the third, number 4 is number 4, number 3, water is actually the hardest among all of them. So number 1, I think, is Evian. No, number 5 is Evian, number 1 is Aquapana. Number 4, I think, is a Tao from UK. And then number 3, I think, is just a normal filtered water. It's the hardest, most probably from Japan, the Alps Mountain, a little bit higher mineral. Number 2 is soft and sweet. Most probably, number 2 is actually a water from maybe at Kyoto region. Maybe it's like the Miyamizu style, the well water. So I'll go for this answer.
So you're finished.
Thank you.
Good morning. So could you please give us your candidate number and your name?
Number 7, my name is Vi.
All right. So we have 3 tasks for you. Task number 1. We would like to have a cocktail, Vesper and Old Pal. Instead of actually making them, please choose the bottle, equipment, and garnish needed to make these cocktails. You have 3 minutes. I'll repeat again. We would like to have a cocktail, Vesper and Old Pal. Instead of actually making them, please choose the bottle, equipment, and garnish needed to make these cocktails and put it on that table. All right? So you have 3 minutes for this task. Your time starts now.
So for the whisper, I would choose gin, lily, on par.
All right, second task. Please answer the name of the tea leaves. Then choose 3 types of tea and suggest a course menu to go with each. You have 4 minutes. I'll repeat again. Please answer the name of the tea leaves. Then choose 3 types of tea and suggest a course menu to go with each. You have 4 minutes for this task. Your time starts now.
So this number 1 is the oolong tea. Number 2 is black Ceylon tea. Number 3, oolong tea. Number 3 is herbal tea. Number 5 It's black tea. It's a kind of a chai tea. Okay, I would choose number 3. Number 2. And number 5. So to pair with these 3, I would suggest for a course menu, we can start with the number 2, which is a black Ceylon tea. So I would pair this with a beautiful a smoked salmon on the French bread with a little bit of olive oil to start. And on the side, we can have a tapet nut to increase the flavor of the salmon and the bread. For number 3, I would go for a beautiful seared scallop. Seared scallop with just a very basic white sauce. And to pair on the side, we got a sauté asparagus. For number 5, it's the most intense on the flavor. So I would pair this with a smoked Iberico pork cheek, so very fat and not too much, not too heavy like a beef. So the pork cheek will be fat and light enough, but it's still very creamy and fatty. And I would serve that with the cream sauce that made also with this kind of tea. So I infuse the tea and then mix with the cream to have the base, and on the side I would serve with some beautiful roasted vegetable. So again, number 5 is the black tea. So number 3 is the green oolong tea. Number 2, black tea. Number 1 is another oolong tea. Number 4 is a herbal. It's a herbal tea that made from like things like parsley or mixed with parsley and green leaf.
Right, so just with the last task. Please taste these waters and answer the name of the water brand. And then tell us the water hardness, hardest to softest. Please taste these waters and answer the name of the water brand. Then tell us the water hardness, hardest to softest. 2 minutes.
So for the hardest, number 5, after number 3, after that number 1, after number 4, and then number 2. So I would say number 2 is Aquapana from Italy. Number 3, Evian from France. Number 1, I think number 1 is a local Japanese water. Number 4 and number 5 also coming from Italy. So I would change the hardest, it's number 3, and then after that is number 5. Instead of number 5, number 3. So number 3, the hardest. Number 1 is still the softest.
Well done.
Thank you.
stage.
On the stage, okay.
Good morning.
Morning.
All right, so we have 3 tasks for you.
Free task.
First of all, please give us your candidate number and your name.
Yes. My number is 8. My name is Ryoga Nakamura.
Right. So, first task. We would like to have a cocktail,
Cocktail.
Vesper and Old Pal. Instead of actually making them, please choose the bottle, equipment, and garnish needed to make these cocktails.
Okay.
You have 3 minutes. I'll repeat again.
Thank you.
We would like to have a cocktail, Vesper and Old Pal. Instead of actually making them, please choose the bottle, equipment, and garnish needed to make these cocktails and put it on that table.
Okay.
You have 3 minutes for this task. Your time starts now.
Okay. Trajan, vodka, and relay. Yes. So first of all, so it's a Vespa Martini. So it's very famous as 007 James Bond favorite cocktail. So base gin and vodka, and of course a little bit relay. So around 90 milliliter of gin, and a little bit 30 milliliter of vodka and 50 milliliter of relay with garnished lemon peel. And so old par, it's rye whiskey, rye whiskey, yes, and old par, it's Cinzano Rosso, no, Campari, yes, and dry vermouth, yes, and old par, so it's rye whiskey based, and Campari, and dry vermouth. So from Cinzano here, this case, and garnished old par, it's I think with bitters, yes. Yes, this is the Vespa Martini and Old Par. I'm finished. And also, sorry, with cocktail glass, I of course present this. So Vespa Martini, of course, it's Martini glass. And for Old Par, I would put this. And for every make it things is this, and for this. So I use this strainer and of course this, and it's stir. Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm just mistaken. It's actually shaked one. Yes. So normal martini is stir, but it's Vespa Martini. It's shaked with beef gin, vodka, and relay, and garnished with lemon peel. And for with martini cocktail, and for this one. ありがとうございます。
Okay, task number 2. Please answer the name of the tea leaves. Then choose 3 types of tea and suggest a course menu to go with each. You have 4 minutes. I'll repeat again.
Thank you.
Please answer the name of the tea leaves. Then choose 3 types of tea and suggest a course menu to go with each. You have 4 minutes.
Okay, thank
Your
you.
time starts now.
So number 1 is jasmine tea. And number 3 is, I think it's very famous as Taiwan from Lishan tea, Lishan Wurun tea. Number 4 is from Japan, and it's maybe
Yes, it's green tea. And number 2 is, it's from China. It's pu'er tea, pu'er. And number 5, it's from China also. It's no silver needle, Phoenix oolong tea. So for 3 courses, I would like to suggest, first of all, so this jasmine tea. It's very fresh and aromatic floral character, so it's very nice to start with. And I would serve this tea around 10 degrees Celsius. Even it's cold, it's very floral and aromatic. And I would suggest with this something. So okay, first of all, I would like to suggest all 3 courses, but vegan courses. So first, it's something fresh. So the vegan course would be really nice with some porcini and some paste of hummus, and with brini, some vegetarian brini. This, freshness would complement with this hummus creamy texture and also the savoriness of mushroom. And for number 2, I would like to serve Rishan tea. So from Taiwan, it's a very floral and fruity character is the key component of this tea. I would like to serve this tea around a little bit high temperature, maybe it's 25 or 30 degrees Celsius, and to enjoy this fruitiness and great richness of this Rishan oolong tea with something of little bit fat dish. So I would like to serve this with, let me think. Yes, portobello mushroom with pesto sauce. It's very big and meaty texture of like shiitake, but more than shiitake, it's portobello mushroom. And also like pesto sauce, and it's a vegan pesto sauce. We don't need just cheese, so we choose vegan cheese. A little bit herbal character would combine well with this character, and meaty and character of portobello mushroom would be perfect with this a little bit high temperatures Rishan oolong tea. And for the last one is I would like to serve this number 4 from Japan. It's green tea from maybe Gyokuro from Kyotanobe from Kyoto. It has very umami flavor, so I would like to serve this tea with more umamis. Thank you very much.
So last task. Please taste these waters and answer the name of the water brand. Then tell us the water hardness, hardest to softest. So please taste the waters. Please taste these waters and answer the name of the water brand. Then tell us the water hardness, hardest to softest. You have 2 minutes.
Perfect.
Start.
So I'd like to say, so the hardest one is number 3, is contracts from France. Hardest it's around 1,600 milligram per liter. And number 2 is the second hardest one. And next is number 5, and next is number 4, and the softest is number 1. So I would recap the softest to hardest. Softest one is number 1, number 4, number 5, number 2, and number 3 is the hardest. And number 3 is contracts from France. Number 2 is it's from it's Aquapanna from Italy. Number 5 is Avian from France. Number 4.
Well done.
Good. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
はい。じゃあステージ紹介で。
はい。Okay. Good morning.
Please give us your candidate number and your name.
Okay. My number is 18. Akira Tsukamoto.
All right. So we have 3 tasks for you.
3 task. Yes.
Task number 1.
Yes.
We would like to have a cocktail,
Yeah.
Vesper and Old Pal. Instead of actually making them, please choose the bottle, equipment, and garnish needed to make these cocktails. You have 3 minutes. I'll repeat again.
Yeah.
We would like to have a cocktail, Vesper and Old Pal. Instead of actually making them, please choose the bottle, equipment, and garnish needed to make these cocktails and put it on this table.
Put it on this table.
Yes,
Okay.
you have 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Your time starts now.
Okay. I think Old Pearl is a Armagnac brandy and sugar, and the Vesper gin and Fernet Branca. And a glass with a Old Pearl is a rock glass, and the Vesper with a Martin cocktail glass for shake all ingredientry.
All right, task number 2.
Yeah.
Please answer the name of the tea leaves.
Name of the tea leaf.
Then choose 3 types of tea and suggest a course menu to go with each. You have 4 minutes. Please answer the name of the tea leaves.
Yeah.
Then choose 3 types of tea and suggest a course menu to go with each. You have 4 minutes. Time
Okay.
starts now.
Okay. Oh, I think.
You can open it.
Open it? Okay. Tea number 5 is Earl Grey, black tea. And tea number 4 is a sencha from uji, which have a very umami taste. Tea number 2 is a tea, I think it's a dimbra. Tea number 3 is a Chinese tea. And I suggest for the dishes, tea number 5, very orange aromas and bergamot aroma. I suggest aromatic flavor dish, something like roasted chicken. I'm sorry, roasted duck with orange sauce, with some spices. I want to add tea leaf powder on the top. And the tea number 4 is a Japanese green tea. I suggest a Japanese dish. Some like Japanese sashimi topped with a sliced over Japanese basil. Over flavor enhanced this Japanese tea leaf flavor. And for the main course, after dinner, number 4 is for appetizer, Japanese sashimi, and number 5 with the main dish for roasted duck. And for dessert, number 3, I recommend panna cotta of jasmine tea. Number 3 is a very low intense, very nice fragrance. Therefore, I recommend jasmine tea panna cotta. I think tea number 3 giving a nice relax and refreshing after dinner. I think so. Tea leaf number 3 is Shikishun from China. Tea leaf number 1 is a jasmine tea. I changed the suggested food. This tea leaf number 1 with jasmine tea panna cotta. I'm sorry. For dessert. Okay. Yes.
This will be your last task.
Yes.
So please taste these waters and answer the name of the water brand. Then tell us the water hardness to softest. I'll repeat again. Please taste these waters and answer the name of the water brand.
Name of the water brand.
Then tell us the water hardness to lowest. You have 2 minutes.
Hardest or lowest?
You will have 2 minutes.
Okay.
Time starts now.
Okay. I think water number 1 is a soft water. Maybe aqua panna from Italy. Water number 2 is a still water, soft water. Number 3 has a little bit of a bitterness and salinity. I think number 3 is a hard water. Number 4 is a still water. Oh, number 4 is a soft water. And number 5. I think most hardest water is number 3. And number 3 hardest, softest is I think number 1. Hardest number 3, and second hard water is number 2, and third number 4, 5, 1.
Well done.
Thank you.
です。
Good morning.
Good morning.
So please give us your candidate number and your name.
Yes, my number is 28, and I'm Maika Yamamoto.
All right. So we have 3 tasks for you.
Yes.
So task number 1. We would like to have a cocktail,
Cocktail?
Vesper and Opal. Instead of actually making them, please choose the bottle, equipment, and garnish needed to make these cocktails. You have 3 minutes.
Yes.
I'll repeat again.
Yes.
We would like to have a cocktail, Vesper and Old Pal. Instead of actually making them, please choose the bottle, equipment, and garnish needed to make these cocktails and put it on this table.
This table.
Yes. You have 3 minutes for this task. Your time starts now.
So for the order pearl, we need to some blend Canadian whiskeys and the lemons. So we got whiskey and the lemons. And the purple is we need to use some dry gins and sorry, let me correct my answer. Some a Martinique rum, and then we need some sugar, the brown sugar, and some lemon as well. And the glass is this one. And as for the old pearl, we need to this bitter dash as well. So actually the purple is a classic cocktail, and also the old pearl is as well. They're made from some bourbons. And as for the purple sugar is as well, we need the sugar. And sorry, let me correct myself. Orange. We need the orange. This part is here. The purpose.
All right, second task.
Yes.
Please come over here. Please answer the name of the tea leaves. Then choose 3 types of tea and suggest a course menu to go with each. You have 4 minutes.
4 minutes. Could you repeat that,
Yes. Please answer the name of the tea leaves.
please? Yes.
Then choose 3 types of tea and suggest a course menu to go with each. You have 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
Yes. Time starts now.
So the number 1 is a jasmine peel from China, and the number 2 is actually number 2 is Pu Art tea from China 12, and the number 3 is also Chinese tea the oolong tea. And this one is a Rishan oolong. And the number 4 is a Japanese tea. And the kind of kamairi style tea. And green tea from Fukushima. And the glass number 5 is Earl Grey, flavored by it's a Lady Grey from Sri Lanka. And I'd like to choose number 2 and number 3 and the number 5. So the dish, as for the dish, I'd like to first serve the 5, the Lishan oolong. It has a nice sweetness and also the touch of the jasmine pear flavors, very sweet and elegant texture. So that I like to go for some Chinese cuisine, such as steamed dumpling with coriander on the side. Very exotic flavor and a nice chewy texture harmonizes with this flavor. And for the number 2, I go for the number 2. This one is a pu'er tea. It has a lot of detail and a complexity note and some evolution. So I like to go for some complexity food, such as barbecued pork. It has a lot of flavor of the stir anise and also cloves, nutmegs, and a nice sweetness as well. It's really goes well with this kind of the complexity for aroma. And the number 5 is actually the black tea from Sri Lanka. It has a lot of the fragrant flavor. So I go for some dessert, traditional French dessert, mousse au Earl Grey, and inside is a white chocolate mousse as well. It has a lot of mellow textures, so it really harmonizes this flavor. So I like to suggest the temperature. So the glass number 2 is actually the pu'er tea. We need to serve the hot warm water. Hot water around temperature of 100 degrees, and the 3 is as well. But I recommend a bit low temperature around 90 degrees because this one is a very delicate aroma. And the number 5 is I'd like to recommend 100 degrees hot water. And as for the glasses, of course, the glass number tea number 3, we need to have the Chinese classic, the small glasses, and the glass tea number 2 is a pu'er tea as well, and we need to serve bit large teacups, and the 5 tea. As for the tea 5, I'd like to serve port service because it has a lot of fragrant aroma. Thank you very much.
So the last task, please taste these waters and answer the name of the water brand.
Yes.
Then tell us the water hardness, hardest to softest. I'll repeat again. Please taste these waters.
Yes.
And answer the name of the water brand. Then tell us the water hardness, hardest to softness. You have 2 minutes. Time starts now.
Glass number 1 has a bit mellow texture, a bit harder, maybe 120 milligrams harder. Maybe it's hard mineral water. And glass number 2 is a bit lighter than the glass number 1. Maybe glass number 2 is from Japan, Irohas, and the glass number 3 is maybe hard mineral water. it has a lot of minerality on the flavor, on the palate. I would say this one is from France, Vitel. So the glass number 4 is around. Glass number 4 is hard mineral water from New Zealand, Anchport. And glass number 5. Glass number 5 is soft mineral water. And I would say this one is from Norway, Voss. So back to the glass number 2. Glass number 2 is mineral water from France as well. And this one is hard mineral water. Sorry, I will back to the answer.
Well done.
Thank you.
you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you.
All right. So please give us your candidate number and your name.
I'm Chris Ryan, candidate number 14.
All right. So we have 3 tasks for you.
Great.
Task number 1. We would like to have a cocktail, Vesper and Old Pal. Instead of actually making them, please choose the bottle, equipment, and garnish needed to make these cocktails. You have 3 minutes. I'll repeat again.
Sure.
We would like to have a cocktail, Vesper and Old Pal. Instead of actually making them, please choose the bottle, equipment, and garnish needed to make these cocktails and put it on this table.
Great.
Right? You have 3 minutes for this task.
Thank you.
Your time starts now.
Vesper cocktail, a classic, particularly if you're a fan of James Bond. So, gin, vodka, and Lillet is shaken. Excuse me, absolutely. Excuse me. Serve with a lemon twist, excuse me. And we're going to, in a martini glass, the Old Pal is a take on a boulevardier served with dry vermouth. So can be served with rye or bourbon. I prefer it with that spiciness of the rye. So stir down over ice. There's also some bitters there, which is Angostura from Trinidad. And garnish will be with a slice of orange. We're going to serve that in a rocks glass. So Vesper Martini, gin forward with some vodka and Lillet can change the variations on proportions, but a lemon twist shaken, served up, and Old Pal served over rocks glass, stirred down, and then served over a big ice cube if you have one. Can be bourbon or rye, American whiskey essential, Campari, and dry vermouth. If we had sweet vermouth, we'd be in a boulevardier, and I like to use Angostura bitters from Trinidad with a orange twist. Thank you.
All right, so task number 2. Please answer the name of the tea leaves. Then choose 3 types of tea and suggest a course menu to go with each. You have 4 minutes. I'll repeat again. Please answer the name of the tea leaves. Then choose 3 types of tea and suggest a course menu to go with each. You have 4 minutes for this task. Time starts now.
May I smell the tea?
Yes.
I'll stick with what I know. So let's go wine, tea. Tea number 2 is pu'er tea from Yunnan province of China, oxidative style. Excuse me. Tea number 3 is from Taiwan. It's oolong, Dongding oolong. One number 4 is an expression of green tea, so we'll call it sencha from Japan. One number 4 is a base of black tea. It's almost bergamot, so I'll say Earl Grey from England. And tea number 1, really aromatic. Darjeeling tea. For the pairing, we'll do a progression. I think if we start with, and I think what will be interesting, we'll do, first we'll have tea number 4, a green tea. We'll serve that with white fish that's cooked. So focusing on a tea that's unfermented, unoxidized, really fresh, pleasant bitterness with a fish such as mackerel would be really nice. Moving on, oolong tea. So you start to see a bit more oxidation, a little bit more of a savouriness. We'll serve that with roast chicken. That tannins with oolong can stand up to white flesh meat, and we're going to do that over several serves. So we'll keep refreshing the tea and watch it evolve. Finally, we'll look into that sort of umami, savoury quality of the pu'er tea. So you start to see some positive oxidation and development. We can serve that with roast duck. Duck breast that's cooked, served down with some quince to highlight some of the fruity notes. But I think that could be a really interesting journey between a fresh green tea, that sort of partial oxidation of the oolong, and that sort of development of the pu'er. If you did want a vegetarian course, we could look at a sort of similar progression. Some fresh vegetables, crudités, pickles with the green tea. We look at some roast vegetables. So we do like some salt-baked celeriac with some squash with the oolong tea, just a little bit more bold. And then with the pu'er, I think that could handle some mushrooms. They're all sort of savoury. We'll do a pasta dish with some mushrooms, highlighting that sort of savoury, umami, earthy character. Thank you.
Okay, this will be your final task. Please taste these waters and answer the name of the water brand. Then tell us the water hardness, hardest to lowest, softest. I'll repeat again. Please taste these waters and answer the name of the water brand. Then tell us the water hardness, hardest to softest. You have 2 minutes. Your time starts now.
Confirming they all taste like water. I'll just do the softness first. So we'll go. Hardest is 3. Second hardest is 5. Then number 1, number 2, and number 4. The softest. We've got Badois from France, San Pellegrino, Acquapana rather, from Italy. 3 I'll come back to. 4 Perrier. 5 Fiji. 3 is a super mineral one. But the name escapes me. I'll leave it there. Thank you.
Well done.
Great. Thank you. Thanks so much.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Please give us your candidate number and your name.
Yes. Number 10, Ryoma Okinaka.
All right. So we have 3 tasks for you. Task number 1. We would like to have a cocktail, Vesper and Old Pal. Instead of actually making them, please choose the bottle, equipment, and garnish needed to make these cocktails. You have 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
I repeat again.
Thank you.
We would like to have a cocktail, Vesper and Old Pal. Instead of actually making them, please choose the bottle, equipment, and garnish needed to make these cocktails and put it on this table.
This table.
This table.
Okay.
Okay?
This here.
You have 3 minutes. Time starts now.
Ice. Okay. So then, Old Pro, Seabus, and some. Okay, sure. Grass is. Also, Pro. Sure. Don't have ice. Okay. Shake. Wash. Is it?
So task number 2. Please come on in the front of the table. Please answer the name of the tea leaves. Then choose 3 types of tea and suggest a course menu to go with each. Repeat again. Please answer the name of the tea leaves. Then choose 3 types of tea and suggest a course menu to go with each. You have 4 minutes for this task. Time starts now.
So tea number 1 is Darjeeling from Sri Lanka, break orange pekoe quality. So number 4 is green tea from China, Number 5 is Tocho oolong tea. So I like to make a course for the number 1, 4, 5. So I like to serve first at the tea number 4. It has a very nice, sleek and refreshing mouthfeel of the green tea leafy character. So I like to recommend it with stew meat. Recommend somtam. It's from Thailand, green papaya and salad with a straw sauce. It has a very nice strassy flavor and green papaya over fruitiness that can complement with a herbal note and fresh intense of green tea. So next, I like to serve tea number 1, Earl Grey. It has very nice flowering note and hint of like savory note. So it can complement with seafish dish. For example, stew meat, codfish with dew and bit of a saffron sauce on the side. So saffron is a very key component of this pairing. So because this tea has a very nice herbal note and herbal note with a great intense. So Earl Grey has a slightly bitter texture. It has a good accent for this dish. So finally, I like to serve tea number 5, pearl tea. Tocho oolong tea. So it has more high fruitiness and very nice focus on the end. So I like to serve it with main dish. Main dish like tomporo. So tomporo with starnies and juice sauce and red juice sauce on the side. So it has a very nice fattiness and juiciness. And this is a counter pairing. So Tocho oolong tea has a nice refreshness for the tomporo. So tea number 2 is a oolong tea from China. Two is a Tochon oolong tea. Oolong tea. So tea number 3 is.
Okay, this will be your last task. So please taste these waters and answer the name of the water blend. Then tell us the water hardest to softest. I'll repeat again. Please taste these waters and answer the name of the brand. Then tell us the water hardest to softest. You have 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Time starts now.
Okay. So water number 3 is the most hardest. It's from France. Italy, Aquapanna. The next is number 2 is a second hardest. Number 1 is a third hardest. Number 4 is a fourth hardest. Number 5 is the most softest. So number 5 is Japan, Fuji Mineral Water. Number 4 is from Norway, both artisan. Number 1 is from So number 1 is from UK, Hildon.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Please give us your candidate number and your name.
Candidate number 3, Miyuki Morimoto.
All right. So we have 3 tasks for you. We would like to have a cocktail, Vesper and Old Pal. Instead of actually making them, please choose the bottle, equipment, and garnish needed to make these cocktails. You have 3 minutes. I'll repeat again. We would like to have a cocktail, Vesper and Old Pal. instead of actually making them, please choose the bottle, equipment, and garnish needed to make these cocktails and put it on this table.
This table?
This table,
Okay.
yes. You have 3 minutes for this task.
Perfect.
Time starts now.
Yes. So I'm gonna start to make the whisper martini. So the whisper martini need our dry gin and vodka, and also we need some dry vermouth. And we need our fresh lemon. And we have to do our stir. And we should need our cocktail glass. So I'm gonna start to use the gin for the 20 minutes and the vodka for the 30 minutes. And also we need our cinzano, the dry vermouth, for the 15 milliliter. So I'm gonna put all together, and so I mixed ice, but we need ice and mixed all together and start to stir, and it will become nicely chilly. So I will top up at the cocktail glass and finish on I need some lemon peel to enhance more refreshment of this cocktail. I have more minute. Yeah, so that's it to make a whisper martini for you.
Are you finished?
Yes, I'm pretty much done.
Okay, so let's go to the second task. So, please answer the name of the tea leaves. Then choose 3 types of tea and suggest a course menu to go with each. You have 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
Yes, I will repeat again. Please answer the name of the tea leaves. Then choose 3 types of tea and suggest a course menu to go with each. You have 4 minutes. Time starts now.
So the tea number 1 is our jasmine tea. So this is aromatized tea. So the tea number 2 will be our Darjeeling tea. Tea number 3, I believe it is our Nuala area from Sri Lanka. Tea number 4 is our Japanese green tea. So which is I think the specific species is the Yabukita. And the tea number 5 is our Earl Grey tea. So I'm gonna start to serve the tea number 3, which is Nuala area. So the Nuala area is the fermented tea, but lightly fermented. So which is called the Ceylon tea of the Champagne. So they have a nicely acidity, and also they will give a nice refreshing sensation. So I'm gonna start to serve with a scallop tautau. They're served with some fennel and estragon add, and fresh lemon juice on the top would be nice. And the second, I would serve it so the tea number 2, so which is our Darjeeling tea. So the Darjeeling tea is a fermented tea, so that they have a nice fragrant, like a muscati flavored, and also it has a nice bitterness and tannin. So this kind of the tannin will create a nice bleach to enjoy the protein, but we need a lightly protein like venison, the lightly roasted venison, and served with juniper berry sauce. So the juniper berry, and we also add some small detail of fresh muscat juice. So the fresh muscat juice and the fresh muscat juice flavors and also the tea flavors will creating the synergistic effect each other. And lastly, I'm gonna go to the tea number 1, so which is jasmine tea. So the jasmine tea, so this kind of the beautiful flowery character, and also the slightly more like elegant side, so that which is perfect pair with a fresh cheese like a brie sablon. The jasmine tea will add more like a jam, or will make more jam or chutney bleach, and then also, yeah, we can enjoy the both jasmine tea and also the brie sablon. And lastly, I'm gonna serve the wine tea number 4, which is yabukita. So here in Japan, culturally, after the dinner, we enjoy this kind of the green tea. So we will enjoy the green tea with our dessert. Of course, served with a detail of the matcha. So I would like to serve the souffle of the matcha. So served with a thick and concentrated matcha sauce on the side. And also we add more like a ganache of the tea and some hazelnuts will good. So I made the 4-course menu of this tea.
So this will be your last task. Please. So please taste these waters and answer the name of the water brand. Then tell us the water hardness, hardest to softest. I'll repeat again. Please taste this water and answer the name of the brand. Then tell us the water hardness, hardest to softest. You have 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Start.
So the glass number 4 is our Acquapanna from Tuscany. So this is our more mild. And the glass number 2 is our Japanese water, so which is Irohasu. So this is more softer. So the hardest will be our glass number 3. So the glass number 3 will be our, I guess it is our, something hard natural mineral water. And the glass number 4 is mild, and it is from Italy, from Sarajevo.
afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, so please give us your candidate number and your name.
Candidate number is number 6, Oide.
All right. So we have 3 tasks for you.
Yes.
First task, we would like to have a cocktail.
Sure.
Vesper and Old Pal. Instead of actually making them, please choose the bottle, equipment, and garnish needed to make these cocktails. You have 3 minutes. I repeat again. We would like to have a cocktail, Vesper and Old Pal. Instead of actually making them, please choose the bottle, equipment, and garnish needed to make these cocktails and put it on this table.
Sure.
You have 3 minutes.
Yes.
Time starts now.
Yes. Yes, finish.
All right, so task number 2. Please answer the name of the tea leaves. Then choose 3 types of tea and suggest a course menu to go with each. You have 4 minutes. I repeat again. Please answer the name of the tea leaves. Then choose 3 types and suggest a course menu to go with each. You have 4 minutes with this task. Time starts now.
Number 1 is jasmine. Number 4, green tea, gyokuro. Number 3 is hojicha.
So the tea number 1 with food, I recommend a Chinese dish like coordinated with oil, so like sour braised pork with vegetables like subuta. Number 3 with like a meat dish, and Japanese meat dish. So grilled chicken, skewered chicken, char grilled with sweet soy sauce. Number 4, yes. So I want to eat some rice, but. Green flavor meat goes well with so food what feels so freshness. Like seafood carpaccio with citrus sauce is maybe work well. Number 2 is oolong tea. Number 5, it's tea.
Okay, so this will be your last task. Please taste these waters and answer the name of the water brand. Then tell us the water hardness, hardest to softest. I'll repeat again. Please taste these waters and answer the name of the brand. Then tell us the water hardness, hardest to softest. You have 2 minutes. Start.
So first of all, highest is number 4, then number 1, number 3, number 2, and the last lowest is number 5. Number 5 is maybe Japanese water, Fuji mineral. Number 4 is Italian panna. Number 3 is Evian.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
All right, so please give us your candidate number and your name.
16, Hiroki Keita.
All right. So we have 3 tasks for you. Task number 1. We would like to have a cocktail, Vesper and Old Pal. Instead of actually making it, please choose the bottle, equipment, and garnish needed to make these cocktails. You have 3 minutes. I'll repeat again.
Yes.
We would like to have a cocktail, Vesper and Old Pal. Instead of actually making them, please choose the bottle, equipment, and garnish needed to make these cocktails and put it on this table.
This table.
Yes. You have 3 minutes.
Yes.
Your time starts now.
Yes. So 4 ingredients for Vesper: gin, lide, lime, and a little bit of sugar. And Old Pal, rye whiskey, Campari, Angostura bitters, and a little bit of black sugar on top. Yes, I'm finished there.
Right. Task number 2. Please answer the name of the tea leaves. And then choose 3 types of tea and suggest a course menu to go with each. You have 4 minutes. I repeat again.
Yes.
Please answer the name of the tea leaves. Then choose 3 types of tea and suggest a course menu to go with each. You have 4 minutes. Time starts now.
Number 1 will be jasmine, mori ronju. Number 2 will be tekano, oolong tea, half fermented. Number 3 will be Taiwan Lishan. This will be fermented as well. Number 4 will be Japanese green tea. Number 5 would be silver needle, one of those white teas. And so jasmine tea, oolong tea, tekano,
with and 3. Jasmine, oolong tea, Taiwan Lishan, and Jack green tea, and silver needle. Course menu for these 5 types of tea. I'm gonna start off with a Chinese jellyfish with a little bit of a leek on the side with the sesame oil. And with the jasmine tea, we will cut off the little bit of since it has a little bit of bitterness, the little bit of chewy type of texture will be cut through with this tea. And for number 2, the Tekano oolong tea, I would suggest a nice spring roll with a little bit of a shrimp and also some vegetables inside. And the sauce would be with the temmenjang sauce with a little bit of richness of flavor. And the richness of flavor will be enveloped by this multi-layer type of tea. And for number 3 of this Taiwan Lishan, I would suggest nice broth soup. We call it fati uchong, with a lot of broth coming from mushrooms and a lot of vegetables, carrots, and various types of vegetables with some very waxy texture. And so the richness of this, richness and the florality with this tea will be enhanced and will leave the umami of this soup that you will with fatiushon. And number 4 will be a type of green tea. And for the green tea, it has the bitterness will be quite longer with a longevity finish. So I would suggest more of a, I would say, Japanese fish grilled simply with some saikyo miso, and those the bitterness will be enhance the creaminess texture of this miso as well. And for number 5, the silver needle, quite aromatic. So I think the aromatic profile of this tea leaves will be enhanced with last dessert with mango pudding, with a little bit of a touch of Thank you very much.
So this will be your last task. Please taste these waters and answer the name of the water brand. Then tell us the water hardness, hardest to softest. Please taste these waters and answer the name of the brand. Then tell us the water hardness, hardest to softest. 2 minutes.
Yes.
Start.
Number 4 will be Voss from Norway, and this will be the hardest. Number 3 will be Evian from France. Number 5, Acquapanna from Italy. And number 2 will be Japanese Fuji mineral. Actually, let me change the order here. Number 3 will be the hardest, then the 5, then the 4, and the 5, if I'm correct, then 2 and 1. And the last one will be ございました。